is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Ron and this is MotorTube. I hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today we have the all-new 2021 Durango RT black top. So it feels a bit weird saying 2021, but it is the beginning of a new year, so we got to get used to it. So here we have the all-new Durango RT. So this is the third fastest Durango they make. They make the 392, and they just recently came out with a Hellcat version of the Durango. Unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on that, so this one will do just fine for now. So let's do a quick walk around. They definitely changed a lot. Well, not a lot, just a few features that were very important features. They totally, changed the look of this car, and that is starting out in the front. They changed the headlights and the daylight running lights. So let me get the keys right here. I'm gonna turn it on and show you guys what they look like. So bam, it's basically two LED strips. You got one right there and then you got one right there. I believe it's also for the signal as well, and then you have HID lights right there. Also, what they did with this one, so this is a RT, basically the sportier version of a GT, which is a V6. This one is a V8. We'll get into all that in just a second. So it also has the SRT hood, which some people like and others don't. Mainly the people who own SRT version of this, they don't like it because that's, the hood that comes off the SRT Durango. So it kind of looks like a rip-off hood that they put it on a slower version because, the SRT comes with 485 horsepower, and this one is a V8 and it comes with 360 horsepower, which isn't too bad. So this particular Durango comes with 20-inch wheels all around with 265 Bridgestone tires, again, all around. So they're not staggered, they're 265s all around, considering this is an all-wheel drive car. So the Durango also has some pretty cool taillights. So you get the cool headlights and you get the cool taillights. They started this design about a few years ago when they came out with the new version of the Durango, and I absolutely love it. You also have three badges back here. You have the Durango right there, the two slashes with the 4, which I do believe it stands for all-wheel drive, and then here you have the RT. So the Durango is available in many models. I think more models than they should have. So they have the SXT, the SXT Plus, they have the GT, the GT Plus, they have the RT, they have another one that I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it. I'll just put the name up here. They have the 392, and then they have the Hellcat. So they have about like 8-9 models. I'm not sure why they have so many models. I feel like they should have just broke it down to like 4 or 5 models, but hey, I don't work for a Dodge, so I have no say in what they could do. So like I said, this is the blacked out edition, which means they blacked out the Hemi right here. They also blacked out the Dodge right here. You can barely see it because it's so blacked out. So right there, blacked out the Dodge, the Durango, and the RT. So I guess that's pretty much all they blacked out, and they called it the blacked out edition. I do think they should have had the wheels blacked out as well. They're like this charcoal gray. I don't know, I'm not a fan of them. I wish they would have made them black. It would have, went with the whole blacked out theme, even though there's not that many things blacked out. Oh, also I forgot, the mirrors are also blacked out. They're like gloss black to match well, actually no, that's weird. So the mirrors are gloss black, but they did all the badges in satin black. So since this is a RT, it comes with a V8, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. A 5.7 liter V8, a Hemi. I'm so glad they didn't put a V6 in this model because I wouldn't have reviewed it. So the V8 comes with 360 horsepower. The V6 version of these comes with 295 horsepower. I don't know why anyone would buy a V6 car, but hey, I'm not here to judge. So now let's talk about towing capacity. Although you could go pick up the kids from school with this car, you could also maybe, I don't know how heavy your race car is, you could possibly tow a race car. So the V8 model has a towing capacity of 8,700 pounds. And then the V6 model has a towing capacity of 6,200 pounds. Again, I don't know why anyone would buy this in a V6, but hey, if you're trying to save on some gas, then they offer a V6 version. So now let's talk about the interior. Actually, talking about the interior, let me just show you guys. So as we approach, you see they have a door handle, a new option they started offering with the Durango. Usually people would just hop through the window, and that's kind of how they were able to access the car. So let's open the door. You have leather right here with red stitching, some fake carbon fiber, a bunch of plastic, you know, just some Dodge. And then you come here, you have these beautiful leather seats with the little slashes. That's kind of Dodge's little symbol nowadays. And then you have the red stitching that goes all the way down. Again, heated and cooled seats. My favorite part about this is that they totally changed the Uconnect screen. I'll talk about that in just a second. So here you have the steering wheel. Let's put it down. I don't know why it's sitting so high. So if you guys are noticing, Dodge actually did something cool for once. So what they did in this is they actually gave it a flat bottom steering wheel, and it's a bit more aggressive. It's kind of like the Hellcat steering wheel. I think it's the Hellcat steering wheel. It may be the same steering wheel as it comes with the Durango Hellcats. So that's pretty cool. So now let's talk about the new Uconnect screen. So like I said, they upgraded from the 8.4 to the 10.1, which is what you see right here. So here is home. Then on the home screen, you can have the GPS, the radio, and your phone. And then you have your pages. You could add one or delete one. This is just your home page. So you go to media, you have all your media, you have your comfort right here. You could set the temperature up and down from here for both passenger and the driver. And then you go to nav, then you have the big navigation system across the whole screen. Then you go to phone, you could connect your phone, talk to your girlfriend, side chicks, all that cool stuff. Then here you have the vehicle, and you come to display, you have your profile, you could have your own profile, set the theme, all that cool bullshit that most cars have. You have your electric power steering, you have it in sport, you have sport, comfort, and then you have normal. You also have paddle shifters. I don't know why anyone would disable those, but we just enabled those. They're actually right here. They're not too big, but they're there. You have your clock and date, all that cool stuff. Your camera, which we'll get to in just a second because, oh my god, they dropped the ball on there. This is just basically all your settings. So let's get out of here. So you got your controls, headrest fold, rear view camera. Oh my god, look at this. So the rear view camera is from 1970s. I don't know why Dodge dropped the ball on the rear view camera. Usually they do a way better job with the rear view camera, like the Hellcat, the Jeeps. They're really, really good, especially at night. But with the Durango, the 2021, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know what they were thinking. They might have used the technology from 1970s by accident, but it's the worst backup camera I've ever seen. And I'm trying to be as nice as possible about this. So you go here, you got performance, you got the launch performance pages right there. So here you have your timers, your gauges, your dyno and engine basically. So, you know, it tells you how much horsepower you're making when you do a pull, whatever. You have your G-force and then vehicle dynamics. So, moving on to right here. You have your volume. This is, you know, how crazy you want the fan to go off. And then you have your mute right there. You have your, you know, change your tunes. You could click this, turn the screen off. All that cool stuff. Here you have sport mode right there. Oh man, you can't see anything. All right. Let's get closer. All right, sport mode, eco mode, traction, your park assist, and then you have your lane assist. You can turn it off. And then here you have your chargers, basically all of them right there. And then here you could charge your phone. And then here you have the shifter right there. And then you have the room for 2 drinks. And then I don't know what the f you would put right there, honestly, I'm not sure. And then you have more storage right here. And then you got that. And then you come here. You got some fake carbon fiber. You got the leather going all through here with the red stitching. And then you have your little, whatever that is. I don't know, I forgot what it's called, but you guys will help me out in the comments. Here's all your books, all that cool stuff. And the cool part about this is that it comes with some really good speakers. It actually comes with some Harman Kardons. That's cool that they put such good speakers in here. I mean, they did a pretty good job. I'm not gonna lie, they did a pretty good job with this. I do love the flat steering wheel, the bigger screen. I mean, all the little new features that they did with the car, it's kind of cool and I dig it. Like, Dodge, good shit. I'm gonna give it to you with this one. But now I think we should just take it out for a drive and see how this thing handles. So like I mentioned, this thing it's not that slow. But I just, want to take it out for a drive, see how it drives and how it handles and how it feels. Obviously, nobody's buying this to race it, okay? So the performance is just for my, own ego, and I like to always mention them in my videos, regardless if it's a minivan or a freaking Ferrari. I always seem to mention the performance side of each vehicle, even if it's not a performance vehicle. So don't mind me, I just like to give extra info just for the hell of it. So we're gonna go this way. All right, so sport mode, we gotta do a pull, right? That this is a V8, so it comes with 360 horsepower, and it does a 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. If you think about it, that's not all that bad. We're talking about a 3-row seating SUV. I don't know how to say it properly, but whatever. It has 3 rows, okay? So it can sit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7 to 8 people. And it does a 0 to 60 in, 6.1 seconds. And it's not the performance vehicle of, what Durango has to offer. They have the 392, and then now they have the Hellcat. So if you don't want to spend the money and still have a little bit of, performance, 6.1 0 to 60 is not that bad, okay? I think you'll beat a couple soccer moms. I mean, you're competing with some really, really fast, vans out there. So like the Pacifica, you have a bunch of them. I don't know all of them. But anyways, let's get focused here. So far, let's take it out of sport mode. So far, it drives pretty good. I mean, it handles normal, handles like a regular, just a Grand Cherokee. I don't know if you guys have ever driven one. It handles just fine. But my favorite part is the steering wheel. Like, if you're taking your kids to soccer practice, you're definitely gonna feel like you have 700 horsepower behind, the wheel, just because of the steering wheel. I mean, it's very aggressive. You got the flat bottom right here. It's very thick, and it hugs your hand. You definitely might think that you have 700 horsepower, even though you have nowhere near that. So now let's talk about some very interesting stats, like fuel economy. I know a lot of you guys out there care about fuel economy, so let's talk about that. So the V6 model, which isn't this one, does 19 miles per gallon in the city, and then 26 miles per gallon on the highway. Now, if your wife allows you to get the V8 version like this one, you're gonna do 14 in the city and 22 on the highway. Obviously, a lot less than if you were to get the V6, but the V6 wouldn't be able to do a 0 to 60 in 6.1 seconds. It actually does the 0 to 60 in 7.4 seconds. So a lot slower, but again, if you don't care for all that you could definitely get the V6, and it does okay, on fuel economy. I think it definitely could do better, but you know how Dodge is. They have no fuel efficient cars out here. Literally, you look at their lineup, I think this is the most fuel efficient car out there besides the minivan. So, I mean, it's just a Dodge thing. They don't really care about saving you money on fuel. They care about you looking good and being fast. I mean, 6.1 seconds, 0 to 60 isn't that bad, in a 360 horsepower, vehicle. So now let's talk about pricing. Like I told you guys, there are about 13 to 19 Durango models. Well, actually not that many. There's like 8 or 9 of them. Like I said, they have the SXT, SXT Plus, GT, GT Plus. They have the RT, which is this one. They have another one that I don't know how to pronounce. They have the 392, and they have the Hellcat. And the price ranges from 20-something thousand to over 80,000, and I'm gonna break the pricing down with every single model, starting with the SXT. So the SXT starts out at $33,260. The SXT is basically the base model Durango. It's basically the cheapest Durango you could possibly get. It's a V6, and if it's appealing to you, then it starts out at $33,000. So moving on from that, they have the SXT Plus, and the SXT Plus starts out at $37,255. So I don't know why they came out with a Plus version, Maybe it has a few other options. So now moving on to the GT. The GT starts out at $37,460. Then you have the GT Plus, $41,460. Then you have this one, which is the RT. That starts out at $46,800. Then now we're gonna get up in the higher prices because we have the 392 left and the Hellcat to discuss. And boy, do I gotta say that the Hellcat Durango is insanely overpriced, but we'll get to that in just a second. Let's start with the 392s. They start out at $62,995. So the Durango 392 basically has a V8, a 6.4 liter V8, and comes with 485 horsepower. So obviously it's a big step up over this one, but you're definitely gonna pay the ticket for that step up. So that's that. Let's talk about the Hellcat, which is beyond expensive. I don't know who in their right mind would buy it, but I do think there's some people out there that's still gonna buy it, but it's gonna be very little because they priced it out at a price that they're basically saying don't buy it. And this is just starting out. This isn't with a bunch of options. It's literally just starting out. And the Durango Hellcat starts out at $80,995. So almost $81,000 for a Durango Hellcat. With options and all that, it'll run you up probably $95,000. I remember when they first came out, I was interested, as I would be interested in anything with a Hellcat motor. I went to my salesman, I was like, dude, how much to finance or maybe lease one? He's like, about $1,800 or $1,700. I was like, oh, okay, have a good day. Like, there's no way anyone in their right mind, well, there's actually some people that bought it that would lease that car for about $1,700 a month. I mean, we're talking, you could lease a G-Wagon for about that price. Why would anyone go get a Durango Hellcat for that price? Like I said, there's some people that did it, but I just don't understand it, and I personally would never in my lifetime pay $90,000+ for a freaking Dodge Durango Hellcat. So that's basically the price breakdown. The Durango RT, as well as all the other models, come with an 8-speed transmission. It shifts pretty good. You have the paddle shifters. Should we do a pull? All right. You don't have to ask me twice. Let's get in this next lane. We'll do like a freaking 45 pull. Come on. Okay. It's not as, fast as its big brother, the Hellcat, but it moves. I mean, we're talking about a 365 horsepower soccer mom car. So it moves pretty good for that, I'm not gonna lie. Now, it wouldn't be a MotorTube video without a quick launch. So we set the 0 to 60 page right there, and we're gonna rev it up to about 2,000. So bam, let's slow down here. Let me show you guys what I was able to get. And I was able to get 6.1 seconds. Like I said, it's capable of doing 6.1. I was able to get 6.3 on my first try. It's actually pretty quick. I mean, like I said, you're not in a 392 or a Hellcat, but 6.3 isn't all that bad. Alright guys, so one last thing I want to mention about the 2021 Durango RT is the storage. I know a lot of people care about that when they're buying an SUV this big. So let me just show you guys the rear seats real quick. You definitely have a lot of leg room. I mean, I do sit pretty laid back, and then as you can see, you have pretty good leg room. And then as well as over there, you have your USBs, you have a little plug, you have heated seats back here, and then here you could basically control your AC back here. Again, more of that red stitching and leather back here. And then you have this for a couple of drinks. So that's that. Let's come out back. So you click this right here, and then the tailgate opens up. And then, like I said, it has 3 rows of seating that also go down. So you could, do this, and now you have a huge storage area for whatever you want. You also have cup holders right there, and here's the mats that come with the car. A little storage area right there, and then you have this right here. You open it up and you could store some more things over here. And let's see what this is. Oh, that's your jack, but we'll close that up. But yeah, you have plenty of storage area. And then if you're going on a trip, all you gotta do is basically just lift this, open that up, and then bam, you know, you have enough to sit at least 7 people. And then you just click this, and then the tailgate closes. That simple. And that brings us to the end of today's review. I hope you guys enjoyed the review. I hope you guys found it entertaining. I hope you guys learned a couple things about this car, because that's my intention, as well as to entertain you guys. So if you guys liked today's video, give it a big thumbs up. If you're new to this channel, smash the subscribe button, turn your notification bell on to stay up to date with the videos and be part of the family. And I will see you guys on the next video. Peace out.